Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Minnesota Twins and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Twins today is Tom Klawitter, whose record is 7-6 with a 3.59 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Bryan Kelly, whose record is 3-1 with a 4.32 ERA. And yeah, we lost another game yesterday. No big surprise there, the way we've been playing. We just keep, just getting down early and not able to bounce back. We had a lot of opportunity for some clutch runs batted in, but we just couldn't come through. And it's becoming more and more frustrating here in the central part of the season that we not only are below 500 for the month, but if you look at the standings real quick here, you'll see that we're only one game up on New York. And we'll look at the standings a little bit more in depth here because at the end of today's game, since it's the last game of the season, we will have a separate video in which we'll look at the standings. And then we're going to look at the league leaders. And we're going to look at them as a whole for this sim from 1980 through today's game. So all the league leaders in all of baseball in the complete sim period of 3+ years. So it'll be interesting to see who the best players are in this sim. Also, in other good news, we now have all of the cards that we are going to use for our actual Brainiac baseball card set. And so if you take a look here at Lou Whitaker, you'll see the Brainiac Baseball logo in place of the Topps logo. And then these cards will be printed in a short set of only 3 made per player. And as I mentioned, there's going to be one set for me that I'm going to keep, one set for Jeremy DeJong, who is the artist who created these cards. And then the third set, we're going to give away individual cards in a contest coming soon. So there is Sweet Lou. There's Rickey Henderson, Eddie Murray's card, Mickey Hatcher's card. Lance Parrish has a card that was created here so we could add the logo. Glenn Wilson will not be included. Alan Trammell will be included. Not Kevin Bass, not Eddie Miller. Greg Brock will have a card in the set. Not Doug Baker. Kirk Gibson will have a card in the set. Let's see. I think that's all for the batters. As far as pitchers go, Jack Morris will have a card. Dave Rozema, of course, will have a card. Not Andahar, because he was not on the team last year. So these are players who were on the team from last season. So not Morris Madden, not Bryan Kelly. Roger Weaver will have a card. Rucker, well, I guess I shouldn't go so fast. So Rucker will have a card in the set. Not Dave Smith, not Howard Bailey. There's Tom Filer. He has a card in the set. And then the final card is going to be Bert Blila. Oh, I'm sorry. George Capizella will have a card. And the last card in the set is Bert Blila. And he did have a card. Of course, he's injured for the rest of the year. I did have this card created, as you can see, with Bert Blila in a Detroit Tigers hat in both of these photos. And so he will be in the set as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And as soon as the production run is done and we get them in our hands, we'll put together a fun contest with those cards and other things that I have ordered. So, okay, let's get on with the ball game. Thanks for being patient there as we run down the plans for today. As always, like and or subscribe to the channel. We have Bryan Kelly on the mound. None of the Twins have ever faced Bryan Kelly. Weaver and Rucker will not be available. They both pitched multiple innings yesterday. We did call up a new left-hander, and we also did get Dave Smith back from the minor leagues. We did call up Howard Bailey, first time on a major league roster. He's been in AAA for 2+ seasons. He is a starter. He is a left-hander, and we're going to use him in short relief today, middle relief. Here is the lineup versus Tom Klawitter, who is a left-hander. We're sitting Brock, we're sitting Gibby, and Terry Kennedy is on the bench for today's game. Let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown. For Siebert. Batting second, playing shortstop, is Mike Fischlin. Batting third in right field is Jim Eisenreich. Batting cleanup, playing first base, is Cecil Fielder. Batting fifth in left field is Gary Roenicke. Batting sixth, playing catcher, is Dave Engle. Batting seventh in center field is Dion James. Batting eighth at third base is Dave Roberts. And finally, batting ninth, playing second base, is Billy Smith. Let's take a look at Brian Kelly real quick, making his ninth start of the season, 3-1, with a 4.32 ERA. He's thrown 50 innings pitched. He's got 30 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .264 against him. His fastball tops out at 92 miles an hour, but his changeup, that is his out pitch, rated at 96. That's fantastic. His fastball is rated an 82. Overall, rated 92. Best rated pitcher on our staff. And the right-handed rookie goes to arbitration in 1985. I don't think he's made a start. Yeah, because this is the first time we've seen the Twins all year. Okay, let's take a look at the Tigers' defense. As you can see here, we've got Gold Glovers at first, second, and out there in left field with Rickey Henderson. Okay, here is Kurt Siebert. First plate appearance of the season for Siebert. At one point, he was the everyday second baseman for the Twins. A ground ball to second, and Whitaker makes the play, one down. That will bring up Mike Fischlin, batting .290 with 5 home runs, and Kelly walks Fischlin. Kelly had that 8-walk ball game. We just had to leave him out there that game. We didn't have any bullpen available for the most part. A ground ball from Eisenreich. They cannot get the lead runner at second. The only play was for Hatcher to go to first. So 2 down. Fischlin in scoring position for Big Daddy, Cecil Fielder. Fielder batting .217 versus right-handers. A comebacker to Kelly. And he goes to first to get Fielder, and we go to the bottom of the first. Okay, let's go ahead and do the Tigers' official lineup rundown for today's ball game. Batting leadoff at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second in left field is Rickey Henderson. Batting third at first base is Eddie Murray. Batting cleanup, playing third base, is Mickey Hatcher. Batting fifth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, is Alan Trammell. Batting eighth and DHing is Kevin Bass. And batting ninth in center field is Eddie Miller. The left-hander Tom Klawitter on the mound for the Twins today, making his 16th start. He's 7-6 with a 3.59 ERA. Thrown 102 2/3 innings pitched, more walks than strikeouts. Opponents are batting .248 against him. He's got 3 complete games. His fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage of around 45%. The curveball, that's his best pitch, rated an 85. His fastball is just below the league average of 80. Overall rated an 84. The 25-year-old lefty goes to arbitration in 1985. And here is the defense for the Minnesota Twins. Still suffering at first, third, and center field. A lot of good it's done for us so far this series. Okay, here's Sweet Lou leading off against Tom Klawitter. Line drive, base hit into left field. There we go. Base hit into left, and we have the leadoff man on. That's going to bring up Rickey Henderson. Henderson's average down to 263. The only reason I have him in the number 2 spot is he bats 297 versus lefties. A ground ball to second. Whitaker forced at second base. 73% chance for Henderson to steal second. I think we're going to let Murray take a cut here. We're not going to risk getting thrown out. And there's a double play to short. Oh, no, they can't turn 2. That was a tailor-made double play. And Murray beat it out. So, runner on first with 2 down for Mickey Hatcher. Batting .288 with 10 home runs and a slow roller to third. And that will do it. So, we leave a runner stranded at first. We go to the top of the second with Gary Roenicke leading off against Brian Kelly. Roenicke batting .275, 7 home runs on the season. A grounder to Trammell. There's out number 1. Next up is the catcher Dave Engle, co-leader on the team with 11 home runs. Popping it up to the outfield grass where Whitaker makes the catch. And that will leave it up to Dion James to get something going with 2 outs. A line drive to left, and Henderson makes the catch. So go on to the bottom of the second. We got Parrish leading off. Parrish, Wilson, and Trammell. Parrish getting the start today against the left-hander. A ground ball to second. Out number 1. Next up is Glenn Wilson. Had a 2 home run game last series. Base hit into center field. So Wilson on first. We're not going to go for 2, but we are going to hit and run. Trammell with his 86 contact. Doesn't hit lefties well for whatever reason. A hard ground ball to third. That will move Wilson into scoring position for big hit Bass. Doesn't hit lefties well, but he has been on a little bit of a hot streak, so we're going to give him a shot today, and he strikes out. We go to the top of the third. No score. Dave Roberts leading off. Had a hell of a game yesterday, Dave Roberts did. Got his average up to 321 as Kelly makes him his first victim. Striking him out. There's out number 1. Next up is Billy Smith, a high fly ball to center. Eddie Miller making the catch. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Kurt Siebert. And Kelly walks Seibert. So runner on first with 2 down. Seibert has good speed. I think he had a season over 20, right? Yeah, our first sim season, he had 22 stolen bases. So with 2 down, I'd send him. We do have Parrish in his 84 arm behind the plate, and he walks another batter. We've only got 4 relievers in the bullpen, but we do have 2 long relievers, so I'm not going to fool around with Brian Kelly. We will give him a chance here to get the final out. Jim Eisenreich, a lefty, steps in, pulling the outfield in case there's a base hit, and there is. Will Siebert score? Yes, he does, and it's 1-0 Minnesota. The walks will come up and bite you. Oh, there we go. Eisenreich gets picked off first. So damage is done, though, as the Twins take the early lead. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Minnesota. Here is Eddie Miller leading off with a walk. Let's give him, it's a left-hander on the mound, so we're going to hit and run with Lou. Lefty on lefty, a line drive to center. So now we will send Miller, try to get him into scoring position. Miller, he does have 2 stolen bases so far since getting recalled from AAA. One down, runner first, and Miller is going, and he's through it out. So we're not going to win today's game. Oh, man. That's just, it's hard to take, But at least at the end of June here, we could turn the page and maybe start fresh in July. We do have the All-Star break coming up. I think it's just, we go to Baltimore after this, and then we have another series at home against Oakland, and then we have the All-Star break. So something to look forward to. 2 quick outs here in the 4th. And a line drive to right. So a much-needed 1-2-3 inning for Kelly. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Here is Eddie Murray leading off. I mean, all of these shitty pitchers on shitty teams, and we can't get anything going. Hatcher strikes out. Hatcher was 0 for 6 yesterday, 0 for 2 today. So he's in a huge slump for him anyway. Parrish gets a base hit. And Wilson lines it right back to the pitcher. Flashing some leather, little ninja skills on the mound for Klawitter. We go to the top of the 5th. Minnesota has 1 run on 1 hit. But those 3 walks is what attributed to the only run for the Twinkies. There's a strikeout of Dion James, strikeout number 2 for Kelly, and a base hit to center for Dave Roberts. Runner on first, 1 down. Billy Smith up next. A blooper into right. Is that going to fall in? Oh, it's going to be caught. I don't know who caught that. I guess we could probably assume Whitaker went back to get that one. 2 down. Here is Kurt Siebert. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today. Wild pitch, moving Roberts into scoring position. We'll pull the outfield in as if that could stop anything. Line drive to right. Wilson makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We've got Trammell, Bass, and Miller due up. Line drive to right. Kevin Bass on a 3-0 count. I guess we gave him the green light. That was actually, that was a perfect pitch to hit, but he flies out to right. 2 down. Here is Eddie Miller. Fly out to left field. All right, we go to the 6th. Well, Brian Kelly's already lasted a lot longer than I ever thought he would in this game. This will probably be the last inning. Base hit from Fischlin. Here's Jim Eisenreich. Fischlin steals second. A pop-up from Eisenreich into shallow left field. Here's Big Daddy. Ground ball to third. Not an error. And Gary Roenicke with 2 down, runner on second. And he pops it up. Trammell makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the lineup. Here's the in-game stats. Sweet Lou. Man, he got a perfect inside pitch to crush. A 72-mile-an-hour curveball. Tigers could not figure out the lefties. Henderson flies out. And Murray pops up. God, unbelievable. Go to the 7th. Here's Dave Engle. Infield single. Yeah, because the catcher's going to get an infield single. And another walk. Nope, base hit the middle. First and second, nobody out. Another hit. Bases loaded. We will bring in, we're going to bring in the huge Jerry Uger. Yeah, he's not good. Infield in. Nobody out. Bases loaded. Number 9 hitter up. Infield single. Everybody's in, and it's an infield single. So we're just going to play this one out. Twins get 3 runs. It's 4-0. And Hatcher gets off the schneid with a base hit. Leadoff man is on, and a walk. So we are 4 runs. We're 100. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase it. We're at 96 runs plus right now. So this is +4. So we're 8 in the negative. So we could score 8 runs and still be within what I believe is the game's built-in threshold. I can't imagine they're going to get too much of a lead before they give us a few runs back. But I guess we'll see how it plays out. So don't forget, after the game, we're going to do a separate video of the league leaders and the standings. More than likely, we will be tied with the Yankees for first at the end of the month. Something that just seemed impossible at the beginning of this month. It just never seemed even realistic that would happen. They bring in a defensive replacement at third, by the way. We go into the 9th. Tigers are down by 4. All those runs in the 7th were all attributed to Brian Kelly. The only pitcher that's left in AAA that we have not used this year is Danny Jackson, and I was thinking about bringing him up like as a September call-up, especially if we're out of it by then, which seems more and more likely now. I don't know. I think we'll probably have to sell off a bunch of our players before too long. So will Wilson get a 3-run home run for the game to tease us here? Nope. Tigers lose 4-0 as we advance to July. We won't take a look at the standings. We'll be surprised if they're tied. We will look at the headline news. Maybe that'll tell us. An 8-3 win puts San Diego in first. Eric Shaw dominated the Houston lineup. Tony Gwynn, 1 for 3 with a walk. 2 stolen bases, but he's been struggling in the last 5. Okay. Yeah, there's the Klawitter shutout. Shut out by an absolute no-name. A guy that I don't know if ever actually pitched in the majors. Making his career 29th start, throws his first shutout against the league's best offense. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at transactions. Oh, Dale Murphy is injured for the rest of the year for St. Louis. He just became a starter due to the injury to Lonnie Smith. And actually, I think Lonnie Smith might even be on this page. I don't know. It didn't happen. So he got like about a month of starts. Let's see, how did he do? Yeah, he actually got 1 month of starts. And he batted .321. That's crazy that Dale Murphy's not a starter in this game. At age 27, he was winning an MVP. That's crazy that he's not even a real player here. Lee Smith does sign a 3-year extension for the Cubs. That makes sense. I'm going to have to go in and fix that because for whatever reason, one of the glitches in this game is that for whatever reason, whenever they sign a contract, it still shows them in arbitration. I just have to go in and edit it to a major league deal. So I don't know if they fixed that, 'cause I've not done an update for this season yet. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Player of the game. I don't think we're going to give it to anybody, actually. This is the first game of the year that we're not going to give a Player of the Game award. So, Lance Parrish did get 2 hits, though. And no extra base hits. Eddie Miller was caught stealing in the only clutch situation we had. Brian Kelly takes the loss. He goes 6, gives up all 4 runs. Jerry Uger did a poor job in the run prevention situation, but he pitched 3 innings, didn't give up any runs. So, all right. Well, that's it for the end of June. Kiss my ass goodbye. We're going to come back a little bit later today after this video gets uploaded, and we'll do that end of the month summary. So until then, everyone, have a great afternoon.